peoples. Facts first, salute. Make sure y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Kieran, Alexis, salute. Yasser Hussein, Stefano Martinez, Rayon Boykin, my brother CB Sports TV, Carl Burrell, Rico Shaw, Quan 43, salute. Underground Asylum, Roy Boy Florida, salute. Kel C, Surrett 357, Big Snack Pack, Nitty G, salute to my peoples, man. What's shaking? Ty King Allah, A. McKinney, salute. Still sick, man. I've been a little off last couple of days. As you see, we hadn't done the stream. 71 Dunk Rider, salute. Eric Jenkins, salute. Big Jag, salute. Broderick Hunter, salute. Suave House Boxing, salute. What's shaking, my peoples? Kwane, salute. What's shaking? What's shaking, my peoples, man? My peoples. Yeah, I apologize, man, for not doing the show the last couple of days, man. As you guys know, I was in California, you know what I mean? The service was bad over there. Couldn't get any service. Yeah, Ty King, you already know. I'll be at the Garden this Saturday for Triple G. Duke, salute for Triple G Deryanchenko fight. That's this Saturday at Madison Square Garden, if you guys didn't know. Christopher West, salute. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a special guest on the show. Avery Apendo, salute. Excuse me, man. So, Shadow 979, salute. Smash the like button, my peoples. Smash the like button, man. So, you know, the weather over there is more, you know, gloomy. You know, the weather is gloomy, man. The weather is the weather is bad over there, man. You know, compared to New York. You know what I'm saying? Compared to New York, man, the weather's bad. Terry Smoot, salute. G Al, salute. Yeah, I know, no notifications, man. That's because, you know, the algorithm don't recognize this channel yet, man. 29 peeps should be 29 likes. Yeah, facts, man. Smash the like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button, man. Smash the like button, man. My brother Kurt Anderson is in the building. Kurt, what's going on with you, bro?
Blue Blood, what's good? Can you hear me clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, my speaker's not in. Hold on. I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Let me. I forgot to plug in my speaker. You know, I was just telling the people, man. It's been too many days in between, man, because you know, there was no service over there, man. You there, Kurt? You there,
Yeah,
Kurt?
yeah, you chopping up.
Okay, that's better. That's better. You can hear me, Kurt?
You still chopping up.
How's that? How's that? You can hear me?
Nope, you still choppy.
Man, what? No, you can't hear me now?
Nope.
Man, can the people out there hear me, man? Can y'all hear me?
Nope.
You can hear me now, Kurt?
No, I can't hear you at all. It's like real choppy. You roboting.
Miss TTUK, peace and blessings. Curry, check your phone because they saying they can hear me. They say they can hear me clear. I can hear you clear, Curry. I think you just can't hear me. Oh, they saying that you clear to them too. I guess I'm just not clear to you. Me clear? KF Harris, salute. DJ Zion Love, salute, King. Hey man, can y'all hear me clearly? Y'all can hear me clearly? Hold on, I gotta get some yeah, I just got my notification too, man. So y'all should get the notifications too. I think that's Kirk's phone, man. Yeah, they saying they can hear me loud and clear. Yeah, I got sick over there. You know, I got sick over there, man. The weather wasn't that great over there at all whatsoever, man. Oh, Nitty G said I'm good. Shawn J, salute. Woolbag, salute. KF Harris, salute. Terry Smoot Jr., what's good? Scant Rant, salute. Underground Asylum, salute. Yeah, Kurt went out. I think he exited on purpose. Jay Walker, 214, salute. G Toten, Democrat, salute. Sheldon Holmes, salute. Pie Player, salute. Trick Nolte, salute. I think Kurt did that on purpose to Chef Boyardee, salute. You know, to restart itself. He went back. I think he went out to come back in. Don Banks, Barry M. Porter Jr., salute. Eric Jenkins, salute. Eugene Williams, what's good? Salute. Yeah, so man, they didn't have no service over there. I couldn't get any service. You know, Haley, I see you. I couldn't get no service over there, man. It was cloudy over there, man. It was raining. You know, it was like, you know, the change of weather got me, man. Coming from, ironically, it's usually vice versa, right? It's usually, it's usually vice versa. It's usually, Lord's D Punch Out TV, salute. It's usually when you leave from New York and go somewhere else, because the weather is warmer, you usually get sick. But it's the other way around for me, man. The weather was warmer and more sunny here in New York than it was in the UK. In LA. So when I got to LA, it was kind of cool, man. Especially the night of the fight. Seth Rosenoff, salute. The night of the fight, man, I had on the night of the fight, I had on yeah, I'm taking calls. I gotta get my speaker hooked up. I'm just trying to wait for Kurt to get back in, and I'm waiting for my special guest to get back to me. G5 Gabe, salute. There go Kurt. There you go, brother. You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. You clear now. You clear to me.
Now you clear. You're crystal clear, my brother. The
Oh,
devil trying to hold us back.
yeah. You see what I'm saying? A few days out. Salute, Pat Scott. What's good? A few days, man. We ain't been live, man. Kurt, man. Let me tell you, man. I got out there. Service was horrible. I couldn't do the show in the morning on the other channel. Couldn't get no service, man. It was difficult, man. I tried to go live, the night of the fight. I couldn't go live. I couldn't do anything, man. And then to top it off, Kurt, remember I told you I wanted to do the stream from the weigh-in and stuff, so we could take calls and things of that nature. I was gonna set up so everybody could see the weigh-in on the other channel, and me and you could, talk on this channel, right? And Kurt, man, I nearly passed out, man. Some of the people, oh man, Kurt didn't knock Kurt off again, man. It done knocked Kurt off again. So, Harold Jones, salute. Clifton Brunson, salute. Man, Anthony Ingram, salute. I just so y'all know, man, some people was there that knew, what took place, with me at the weigh-in, man, but I nearly passed out at the weigh-in, man. I didn't eat. I ate 3 times in LA. I ate 3 times, my peoples. I got there on Jerry Carter, salute. I got there on Thursday. Thursday night, I ate once. I ate fish, and I went out with me, Chico, Fred, my brother L. L is the dude that y'all see on Fred channel, the trainer. L, Town Biz, my brother Keith, and Chico from WBC, right? And I ate fish that day, and then the next day I ate I ate a slice of pizza twice. No, I'm lying. I ate 4 times in 3 and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I ate 4 times, man. I ate pizza twice, which was supposed to be New York style pizza. No disrespect to LA, but that's not New York pizza at all whatsoever. You there, my brother?
Yes, my brother. The devil trying to hold us back, but I can hear you loud and clear. I hope it hold up. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm excited about the fight. I'm gonna let you cook, and then I'll just have something to say when you finish.
Yeah, I got a special guest. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. So we could get the special guest on. But I was just telling the people, Kurt, about my trip, man, out there, man. I had to be escorted from the weigh-in, man, because I almost passed out. I only ate 4 times, man, the entire trip. I ate at the day of the Thursday, which was was a press conference. They had no service there. I ate a piece of fish. Me, Chico, Fred from Barbershop Conversations, Keith, Town Biz, the brother L that be on Fred channel, the trainer, the good brother, man, great brother, man. And a few other brothers, Chico from the WBC. We went to eat, and I had a piece of fish there, and then we went to to do some work, editing and stuff like that. But yeah, brother, I ate 4 times, man. I ate pizza the next day. I tried to go to IHOP, and we went to IHOP. MMT Pro, salute. We went to IHOP, and I got some pancakes, man. They messed up my pancakes. My menu is real limited, but I tried to get some pancakes, man. They messed up the pancakes. I ended up not even eating the pancakes. And so then the weigh-in came Friday, and I pushed through. The hours was different, man. The jet lag. My body just never adjusted. And Kurt, man, at the weigh-in, right after the weigh-in, I'm like, man, my head was pounding. I was with Cynthia Conte, and another brother, and Boxing Ego, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, right in the middle of the weigh-in, Kurt, I'm like, man, my head is pounding. I'm not feeling good. And Kenny had came over and say, hey, you want to do something? And I'm like, yeah, I'll try to call you later because I want to do the show, And I'm like, man,
right.
I'm like, man, I don't feel good though, right? Look at Fred talking about, man. Fred talking about stop lying. He know I'm telling the truth. And hey, Fred, tell him about the pancakes, man. They messed up the pancakes. I tried to eat the pancakes, man. It was a whole fiasco, man. So so then, man, I'm at the weigh-in, man. I'm trying to, I'm trying to conversate. I'm trying to, but I felt off. I felt off. So I went to the bathroom. My brother Kurt Hunt from House of Boxing right here. Kurt Hunt came and he's like, hey, I got some Advil. I'm like, yeah, my head is pounding, man. And then I tried to go to the bathroom, man, and get some water. They only had this hot water, man. I drank some hot water, took the pills, man. Came out.
Wow.
I'm like, man, I don't feel, I feel off. So I sat down trying to talk. And man, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm about to throw up. I felt like I was about to throw up, man. Then he said, facts, Blue need hot syrup for only 4 pancakes. Yo, man, they jerked me on my syrup, man. It was bad, man. Bad, man. The IHOP experience was bad. So then, I sat down, right, Kurt? And man, the brother Keith, he was like, yo, did you fall asleep? But I blanked out, Kurt. He's like, yo, you fell asleep, man. Gotta take you downstairs. So I'm like, huh? So I go downstairs. I'm like, man, I'm sitting near the elevator. And while I'm sitting near the elevator downstairs, I was waiting for him to get the car. And I remember this lady, man, she taps me like, hey man, my man, you all right? I didn't even know I dozed off again. So I'm like, what? I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, let me go by the the parking lot. So I went out there. Jamal Charlo was out there, and I said what's up to him. Man, Kurt, I don't even remember shaking his hand. I remember saying what's up to him, right? And that was it, man. I was sitting on the bench. So Keith was like, yo, you kind of like dozed off, man. Again. So I'm like, oh man. So I called the wife, and she like, yo, you need to eat or something. And I realized I hadn't ate. We got the good brother Money Powell just came in. What's going on with your money?
Hey, what's happening? What's going on, man? How's everyone?
Ain't nothing, man.
Yeah, smooth.
Yeah,
it's
man.
All good. Well, how's everyone?
I'm good.
What's up?
Money, what's going on, my brother? Right. Good to see you, man.
It's all good, man. All right. Blue, Kurt, hey, salute to the chat, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Money. I was just telling them about what went on with me out there. Man, I passed out I nearly passed out at the weigh-in.
Oh no,
man, I ain't eat, man. It was ugly, man. But yeah, man. So I ended up having to go back to Keith's house and getting some water and so on and so forth, man. But it just wasn't, it wasn't good. But the night of the weigh-in, though, after that, all of the shenanigans, man, we went to the pre-fight, and birthday party for Brandon Watson, man. It was a good time, man. Good time. Deontay was there. J-Rock was there. Gabe Rosado was there. Who else was there, man? Many fighters, man. Michael Jai White was there. Man, Jackie Long, Sam Cassell, Rashad McCants. It was star-studded, man. And the life of the party was Deontay Wilder, man. The life of the party was Deontay Wilder, man. He walked in, and all eyes was on him for the entire rest of the night. All the stars in there, everybody's taking pictures with the champ, man. He was a showstopper, man. He was a showstopper. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Go ahead, Kirk. How was your weekend and what you thought about this fight, man? We're gonna get into this, man. I'm waiting for my special guest to hit me back, so we can get our special guest on the show, man. But go ahead, Kirk, man. How was everything for you, man?
Hey, man, this was an epic, all-time great battle between two warriors, man. I was really wrong about the fight. I picked Spence by TKO. Shawn Porter was doing some Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran stuff, spinning off the ropes. That's a Roberto Duran move, and giving angles on the inside, and fast punches and fast feet. That's Henry Armstrong, and Porter just raised his game. See, boxing is a strange sport. He looked bad against you guys. I don't think his energy was different. He'd been preparing for Spence for a very long time, and I think Spence underestimated him. And so did I. So did a lot of people. Some people say it was going to be a tough fight. Some people say majority decision. I commend those people for getting it right. Even Danny Garcia was close. He said maybe a majority decision, even though it was split or a draw. That's what he said. And Spence's body don't look the same. I think he needs to take care of himself in between fights, like he did early in his career when he was fighting the likes of Chris Algieri and Verheerden. I noticed against Garcia and Porter, his body's not muscle like it used to be. When you have fighters like Duran and Ricky Hatton used to blow up between fights, it transcends into your performance that the fight they're getting ready for. So you can't do that. You have to be in shape in between fights. But it was Porter. It don't no excuses. It was all Porter. There was no losers. I don't believe in moral victory, but there was no losers in this fight. The fans won. Porter won. Spence won. Spence got a lot of dog in him, and he was hurt a couple of times, man. But he remained cool and calm. And that's what I look for in a fighter. What happens when you get buzzed or hurt or you're in a dog fight? And Spence held his ground. Porter forces you to fight his fight. That's his best asset. He's strong, man. He's one of the strongest fighters I've ever seen, man. Him, George Foreman, Oliver McCall, Rocky Marciano, young Mike Tyson. Fighters like that are very cock strong, man. He fights like this guy from Texas named Frankie Warren. The Porter fight Saturday night, Spence reminded me of Carmen Basilia versus Tony DeMarco, which took place in 1955. Give and take, a fight of attrition. There's nothing better in all the sports than the boxing, but when two men, the ebb and flow going back and forth, battling out in the middle of the ring or against the ropes, toe to toe, when a battle becomes a war of attrition, who's going to fold mentally? Because when you fight like that, it is about intestinal fortitude. I commended both men. Shawn Porter raised his stake, man. Stakes. Shawn Porter is a hell of a fighter, man. He was hitting Spence with counter punches, with jabs. Spence would have him against the ropes, and then I'm like, and then Shawn would spin out of it and then start hitting Spence. I said, man, that's a Roberto Duran move. But I can go on and on about this fight, but it was just excellent, man. Boxing got it right. Boxing won. There was no losers.
Go ahead, Money. Kurt, man, hey, Kurt, this is your show, man. You could go on and on and on, man.
Hey, well, listen. Hey, listen. you know, Shawn Porter, I think he became obsessed with Spence. I think they prepared well because you give credit to Kenny Porter. We dog him, but Kenny Porter and Barry Hunter devised a game plan for Porter, to offset and neutralize Spence. He neutralized Spence, but Spence is such a good fighter. He still won. He fought a two-time world champion, took his belt, an elite fighter who fought other elite fighters. Because when you look at Shawn Porter's resume, it ain't no joke. He has a heck of a resume.
Right.
Manny Pacquiao has the best resume at 147, and Porter second. And Spence is building his resume. He's supposed to be taking on Danny Garcia January 25th at the Barclays Center. But this fight was like Ramirez and Rosario, the first fight. Jose Luis Ramirez versus Edwin Chopper Rosario. Toe to toe, an old school fight. Spence hit him with that big left hook that would have knocked out any fighter in that division. And Shawn didn't go all the way down. He went down and he got up. He probably is the most athletic fighter in the division, man. He's built like a tank. He's strong. He used to play football, and people forget in the amateurs he beat Usyk. He was much heavier. And the way he fights, you have to be in shape. He reminds me of a Henry Armstrong. That's the closest guy in boxing that fights like that with the tenacity and the intensity of a Shawn Porter. So his stage is all the way up. I never seen him look so good. And people say, people don't understand every fight has its own personality. He didn't look like that against you guys because he didn't respect you guys like he did Spence. He knew one day he was going to have to fight Spence, and they prepared for that. So he used the you guys fight to prepare for Spence in that way. And his father knows Spence very well. So his father told him what to do, and he went out there and did it. So kudos to Porter and Barry Hunter, who has a great boxing mind.
We lost Kurt again. Hey, Money, we lost Kurt.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and cook on your end before we start
we
taking some callers?
Yeah. Hey, no problem. No problem. Kurt just nailed so many good points. When that first round started, the first thing that came to mind for me was November 12th, 1982. That was Alexis Arguello versus Aaron Pryor, the Hulk himself. And I said, here we go. I was impressed from start to finish. And Shawn Porter, I tell you right now, man, he's no joke. He raised his game to a much higher level than what we've seen him in his other fights. He was a man possessed. Errol did stay calm in the pocket. He did get nailed quite a few times in the fight, but he stayed. And I was thinking at some point those body shots were going to wear him, was going to wear Porter down. But I tell you what, even with him going down in the 11th round and staying and getting back up and fighting with even more fire, that reminded me of that Barrios fight earlier that evening. Even when that guy went down, Akhmadev, however you call his name, he got back up. It was like, oh, I have even more. Let me show you what I really have. It just took it to a new level. And that kind of reminded me of that. Porter is dangerous. That's the reason why he has probably one of the best resumes in boxing of current day right now. Can't take anything away from him. Unfortunately, he didn't get the victory. I felt like, much like you, Blue, I felt like it was going to go the decision. I said a potential knockdown. It wouldn't surprise me, with Errol possibly putting him on the floor, and he did. Wasn't the most impressive knockdown, but it was a good one. He slipped that left hand. Hey, hats off to both guys. People want to see fights like that. That is what boxing needs more of. Period. One point. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that this was was a hell of a fight, man. A hell of a fight, man. I thought that, both guys laid it all out on the line. I think that, a lot of people were surprised by Shawn Porter because so many people were discrediting Shawn Porter. That's why I think Shawn Porter surprised a lot of people, because too many people were discrediting Shawn Porter leading up to the fight. There was a misconception that Shawn Porter was afraid of Errol Spence. Shawn Porter was ducking Errol Spence. Errol Spence was just going to be this Mack truck, and Shawn Porter was going to be a little Volkswagen buggy that just get mowed down at an intersection, and that's not the case. Anybody that know boxing know that Shawn Porter is a very, very difficult out. He's a very, very difficult out. So I think that the expectations for Errol Spence leading up into this fight was I don't want to say it was too high, but I believe that it was unrealistic, especially when you're dealing with Shawn Porter, who you never saw dominated in any fight. The two losses in his fight, he wasn't dominating those fights. Kell Brook did a lot of excessive holding. Kell Brook did a lot of excessive holding. And Keith Thurman fight was very, very close. But Shawn Porter forces you to fight his fight. He forces you to fight his fight. People treat Shawn Porter, and they talk about Shawn Porter. Yes, you gonna make it for me? They treat Shawn Porter like he's Arturo Gatti, like he's Mickey Ward. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just some club fighter that just takes a lot of punishment and gets mowed down. That's not true. That's not true at all. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got a caller on the line. Let's get to some callers. Kurt, you there now, brother? Kurt, you there?
I see him.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a caller right now. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Chicago.
Chi-Town in the building. What's good with you?
Man, salute, Blue. Salute to you, brother. I love the work you're doing, man. First of all, I just want to say, Shawn Porter, he fought a hell of a fight.
I agree.
And everything you said is right on, man. And shout out to Errol Spence for holding his composure, being able to fight the fight that he had to fight to win the fight. This ducking and dodging, this is the most thing that really hurts me as far as being a boxer lover. Everybody ducking and dodging. And Errol Spence looking for the trouble, looking for the smoke, taking care of the smoke. Keep doing the good work, bro. Peace and blessings.
I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you. Call in. Don't be a stranger, all right?
I got you, big dog.
Yes, sir. Chi-Town in the building. I was going to come to Chi-Town for the Usyk fight, but too much stuff going on. I'm going down to Alabama to check out the champ, Deontay Wilder. I will be bringing that to y'all live. Y'all will be able to call in. So I was going to go to the Usyk fight, but it's just too much going on, man. So,
man, there's nothing but love for you here in the shop, man. So whenever you're here, man,
yes, sir.
Look me up because I'm always in your DM, man. So
yeah.
Good.
Always hit me up. I'll let y'all know when I'm coming to your city, man, and just holler at me. Come holler at me, man.
Hey, I love the job you're doing, dog. You doing a hell of a job, man, for real.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you, champ.
All right.
Salute.
Good work, champ.
Appreciate you. Yeah, money. So we lost Kurt again, man. We lost Kurt again. I don't know what's going on with his on his end.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think that it's unrealistic. The expectations, and it was all due to the fact that I feel like people just didn't respect Shawn Porter enough. You know what I mean? We got another caller, Kurt. Money. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, man, this is Seth.
That's my brother Seth Rosenoff?
Yeah.
What's shaking with you, Seth?
What's up, Seth? What's going on now?
Yo, how y'all doing, man?
It's all good.
Hold on, man. I need to turn one of these things down. Hold on.
No problem.
Okay.
All right. I think I got it going now. You hear me?
Yeah.
I was just good evening, and
I just wanted to. Why do you guys think maybe the scorecards they just seem a little bit? I don't know. Unmanageable for me. I thought it was a closer fight. I would have been happier with a draw.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I don't.
Go ahead, Seth.
No, I mean I don't really know nothing. All I know is that Porter has a hell of an engine, and he just kept coming even after he got caught in the 11th round, was it? And then Spence has really nice punches. You know, so I don't know what. I mean, I guess it could have gone either way, but I was just curious why the 116, 110, or whatever it was that they gave him. I don't know.
116, 111.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
man.
I was just curious what your guys' thoughts was on, on
yeah.
that.
I thought it was much closer than 116, 111, in my opinion. I thought,
Me too.
I definitely thought that the knockdown was the difference in the fight. So I thought Errol Spence, the right man, won the fight. I think it was going into the 11th round before the knockdown. I definitely feel like it was I had Shawn Porter ahead, if not at a draw. You know what I mean? But the knockdown proved to be the difference. And then on top of it, I think Errol won the 12th round. I think Shawn was still feeling the effects from that knockdown. And I think that, Errol won the 12th round. So he won essentially between the knockdown and the 11th round. So that's a 10-8 round. So that's 2 rounds. And then the 12th round. So he won 3 of the last 4 rounds. You know what I mean? So I thought the right man won, but I thought he won by 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you would have been happy with a draw. Right. Like you said, you would have been happy with a draw. And I think that, if you got it even and then you say 2 rounds for Spence, then you give it 2 rounds for Spence. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
But Money, what's your thoughts on that, Money?
That fight was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay. Here's what I think, man. It comes down to that old ugly word called perception. Okay. It's the same thing I saw, when my son fought his last opponent. I thought that that the ball swung in his court, but unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. That's my perception versus the judge's perception. You're sitting down in one chair, you're in one position. You only see something happening at a certain angle at a certain time. Okay, and perception is something else. All of us out here with you look on Facebook. Some people say Porter was wrong. Then you have some people say it should have been a draw. Then you have some people say, Errol won the fight. So it just comes down to perception. That fight, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a moment here. That fight could not afford to end as a draw, okay? Because you're looking at somewhat like a tournament, welterweight tournament happening right now. You can't have a draw going on right now. You really can't.
Right, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Even cannot afford. You really can't, because when you just see how everything is setting up, it's like, okay, all these guys on this side over here under the PBC banner, they're all coming up and they're coming to an arrow to where it's going to be one person with all of the belts. And yeah, you have, Spence over here on the other side of the bracket, So you really can't afford a draw. You really can't. It's just my opinion, okay? There's a lot of money involved, so it one time to get it right. That's it. And it was that evening, Errol got the nod and moved on.
Yeah. Well, Seth, we're going to get to another call. I appreciate you, my brother. You already know. My guy, Seth Rosenthal.
You need to stay away from them pancakes, man.
Lethal pancakes.
I'm going to be back in New York at the beginning of next year, man. Maybe I'll catch you, all right?
Yeah. Oh, listen, man. As soon as you touch down, you already know what it is. All right?
All right, man.
Peace.
But something, my hat goes off to
hold on,
Errol for.
Hold on, Money.
Okay.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Christopher Check from Michigan.
Christopher Schaefer, what's going on with you? Hold on 1 second, right? Just mute yourself for 1 second. Let Money finish his point.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to Errol. Really, I wish I could congratulate him in person. I tell you what, to do what he did, staying steady in that storm that was coming at him the whole time, it shows you, who he really is on the inside, just as a warrior. It's part of his character. Okay, I've been through the fire and I'm staying steady, and so my hat goes off to him.
Yeah, I agree, man. Christopher Schaefer, go ahead and cook, baby.
Say, man, I love what you guys are doing. What's up, Kurt? What's up, Money?
What's happening? What's going on now?
Hey, man, ain't not too much, man. Just from in my doing what I do, man, trying to get a little workout in. But yeah, I just like to say, man, I think the fight it went pretty much like I predicted. I knew it was going to be rough and rugged. I knew Shawn was going to be tough. I never thought it was going to be a knockout or anything like that. And I think the 116, 111 was right on, man. I just thought Errol pulled most of those rounds out. But respect to Shawn, man. He did put up a much more. He did give me more than I thought he would give. I'll put it that way. So respect to him for that, man. But great fight, man. But I thought the 116, 111 was spot on.
Salute to my brother Christopher Schaefer, man. We're gonna get to the next caller, but I'm gonna answer your call, okay? I'm gonna answer your question, but don't hang up yet. But I think that the 116, 111 was too far apart for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. The rounds that Shawn Porter won, he won very, very clearly. The rounds that Errol Spence won, he won with a little bit of gray area, meaning that I think he edged out those rounds opposed to just dominating those rounds. But the rounds, Shawn Porter had some very, very clear, clean, dominating rounds. Round 4, round 7, I believe. And it's not. I'm not saying there was a ton of rounds that he just dominated, but the rounds he did win, they were clear Shawn Porter rounds. To opposed to the rounds that Errol Spence won, the judges could have seen it go either way. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I think that Errol won round 11. Obviously, and I think he won round 12 because I feel like Shawn still wasn't on solid. He still was feeling somewhat of the effects from the knockdown that 12th round. Although Shawn Porter is such a dog, he's not going to show it that much. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the round he did win, Shawn Porter won. I don't see the rounds that Errol Spence won just where you be like, that was just clear cut Errol Spence won, but the money rounds. He won the rounds that count, 11 and 12, and he won them big. You know what I'm saying? So they had 2 rounds. They had about 2 to 3 rounds apiece that they were clear cut rounds. Errol's being 11 and 12. Obviously, those are 3 rounds that equal 3 rounds because Errol got the knockdown in the 11th round. I thought he won round 12. There was times I thought that he might have been able to close it in the 12th round. But in between there, the rest of the rounds, it's up to you. It's your choice. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't clean cut. The 7th round and the 4th round, I don't see. You can't argue those with Shawn Porter rounds. The 11th round and 12th round, you can't argue those with Errol Spence rounds. You know what I'm saying? They were their rounds. The other rounds was like gray area.
No doubt. I don't really see any rounds by really either, with the exception of maybe the 11th round where they dominated. I just think I broke down the rounds in thirds by minute, and I think I gave Errol 8 rounds before.
judging it like that.
Yeah.
I just thought he landed the more of the clear, clean punches, and especially the body work. Froze Shawn Porter a few times with body shots.
Yeah.
Where Shawn actually stopped moving.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you can say the same thing, because there's a lot of times Errol made him look silly with his footwork. Errol parried on him. He pivoted on him, and
right.
Errol's response was stand with his high guard, and just receive what Shawn was dishing out. The difference is, and I'll say this: what the difference is Errol's punches seem to have more effect because he seemed to have more power. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of times would let Shawn get off some punches. He would dodge punches and move his head a little bit more and dodge his punches and let it burn some energy, and then he would come right back with a combination to the body, which would sap even more energy from Shawn Porter. But like I said, with that, I'm like Money, man. I thought Shawn was going to really fade at the end from that body work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta respect him, man. He got up after the knockdown and fought even harder, man.
Yep.
The dude is tough as nails, man. I can't take that from him.
Yep.
Like I said, as far as the score, I think 116 was spot on for me.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the next caller though. I appreciate you, bro. All right.
Hey, take it easy. Okay.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Mistaken. It's your boy Bob J calling from Pittsburgh.
Salute to my brother Bob J out in there in Pittsburgh. Hey, man, what's good with you? Hey, you know the co-host, my brother Kurt Anderson, is a Steelers fan, man.
Man, they crazy. They tailgating right now. Crazy.
Yeah.
They're acting a fool downtown right now. But yeah, man. I was gonna talk about the Spence Porter fight, man. That was that was a crazy fight, man. I mean, them brothers went in there and fought like some African warriors. I don't know what this goddamn Mexican style, man. Mexicans are strong warriors as well, but we don't need to take their culture because we have a good fight. That was two brothers in there, from America, African American brothers doing their thing. That's what it was. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'm just proud of Errol Spence. His body did look a little more flat. I think he does need Blu-ray because Blu-ray said he has a dude doing push-ups on his fingertips, 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one rep. He doing 5,000 push-ups and 10,000 sit-ups. He looked like a different person. Did you get that as well or no?
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree, man.
Yeah, he's ripped still, but Errol Spence, when he got Blu-ray, man, the dude looked like Bruce Lee.
Yeah. I have to agree with you, man. I definitely feel like, and he admitted again that he didn't do any strength and condition.
That's not cool. Like, I understand. My bad to cut you off, but I understand, that's why I'd be upset with Wilder. I understand y'all are just amazing athletes. Y'all ain't got to do it, but just think what you will be if you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing I got out of it. Shawn Porter is a guy that does everything possible to be as good as he can be. And I just would hate to think about the, welterweight division, junior middleweight division with Errol Spence with Blu-ray, completely dialed in. I think we're just having, he has the same energy as Floyd. I'm out here in Pittsburgh and, everybody talking about the fight.
Yeah.
Everybody asking. Even you watch that fight, all black people. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they gotta stop the narrative of black fighters on fight. I already see a couple of channels already saying, "Oh yeah, somebody made a statement that Wilder's he's doing the pay-per-view by himself," and then somebody chimed in and said, "Oh no, they got somebody else on the card." Like, man, Leo Santa Cruz has never done a pay-per-view. Again, he's a good fighter, but come on, man, let's stop taking credit away from our fighters. You know what I mean? And represent our own people. Like, what's the problem? But that's my call, though, big homie.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, champ.
Yeah.
Blue.
Hey, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Matthew Valentine, calling from Brick City, North New Jersey. What's going on, Blue Blood?
What's shaking with you, bro?
Are we live or you got me on hold?
Matthew Valentine, my Brick City brethren. Go ahead, brother.
What's going on, Kurt? Kurt, hey, man, I didn't get your email last week, man. During the live last week, I don't think you put it through, man, so I missed you. But I got to tell you, Sam.
I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm going to put my Gmail in the chat for you. Look out for it.
Hey, Blue Blood, man, you all over the universe, bro. And I'm so proud of you once again, big bro.
I appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you.
The chat is clapping, man. The chat is clapping, man. And it seems like everything that goes is changing right now in boxing is moving forward. Hashtag LDBC.
Yes, sir.
Right now on Springfield Ave, Kirk. Right now, let's go picking up the light. But like, look, I mean, most of you who are familiar with me through like chat lines know that I'm a diehard Spence fan. But let me just say this. We enjoyed some boxing this weekend, man.
Yes, we did.
It was straight like fight night, man. It was all good and like it reminded me definitely of the days past, man. You know, I was in the whole era with the great welterweights. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I was definitely enthusiastic, man. Definitely encouraged by boxing and like just like the fact that our platforms, man, are making things move, man. Like, oh man, I mean. I could see just over the past three years or so how like the formation of the LDBC, man, is making a move in boxing right now. And then right now I'm hearing that the pay-per-view buys is trending right now over 300,000. I don't know how correct that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word on the block. You know what I mean? I've been trying to research because I heard it through one of our other channels.
Mm-hmm. So, I like how you put that. that.
Yeah, I'm keeping it a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I know I just can't research the information myself, but I know you brothers will have it in the atmosphere sooner than later. So man, just keep grinding, man. I gotta say, I hear all the debates going back and forth about, you know, who won. Man, listen, I'm just amazed at how good of a fight it was on both sides. You know, both teams. Forget about the rhetoric before the fight. You know, the conclusion has been had. You know, Spence won. But I think what people got to understand is what's really going on with the PBC right now. It's something that's so clearly obvious that most of us are missing it. This is a tournament, man. These brothers are going to fight more than once.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to fight more than once. Like, and unfortunately, it's going to leave, like, you know, situations like Top Rank and Bud out for a glimpse of time. But the way that I see this format going right now with the welterweight division, it's more so with the welterweight division than any other division in PBC because check it out. There are no rematch. There are no rematch clauses, man, in this welterweight tournament with the PBC right now, bro. They will meet again. Whatever the conclusion is supposed to be, it will be. But as of right now, Blue Blood, I gotta rep you and say I give you props. I'm telling you, I'm one of the dudes, man, that was saying it was gonna be a wash. All right, because I just couldn't. You know, there's certain things I understood about Porter's style, but I just thought it would be too reckless. But it was more tactical than reckless. You understand what I mean? And his style, man, like I'll be one of the ones to say that Porter's style will give everybody in boxing a challenge. Yeah. So, man, you know, I'm glad that I got through. Go ahead and put your email through, Kurt Doctor.
He got bumped off again, but he put it through, bro.
Okay. And Blue Blood, keep grinding, man.
I appreciate you.
Man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all the brothers in the LDC, but especially my brothers in there and by. You know what I'm saying? On the East Coast rocking.
Yes, sir.
Across the bridge. Blue Blood, you're closer to Brick City than you even know, man. They got a little bridge coming from your home city over here, bro.
Yeah. I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You already know what it is?
Yes, sir.
Elizabeth is right here, big bro.
I always say Jersey should be the fifth borough and not
Yeah, that's really all it is, man.
Yeah.
It's like a rock throw across the water.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
you looking at Jersey City more than you looking at Staten Island. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying?
It's real talk. But keep grinding, man. I love you brothers, man. We got to continue to support one another in this journey, man, because there's some incredible, remarkable things happening, man.
Appreciate you.
Transformation of time, man. Brothers got power unbelievably. All that talk about we can't spend, we can't sell, man, listen. That was an all-time fight this weekend, bro.
Yes, it was.
All-time fight. All right, man.
I appreciate it.
No doubt about it.
Keep grinding.
Yeah.
All right, Kurt, get that in the block. So I'll see you, man. Broad market.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Yeah, money. What's your thoughts on that?
You know something? The LDBC is really cool.
Hold on, money. Let's take this caller. Let's take this caller, and then I'll let you finish that.
Okay.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, bro, Blue is talking along in the building. What's going on, baby?
What's shaking, King? Peace and blessings. What's good with you?
Oh, man, you know.
What's happening?
Doing my normal drive-by, man. I'm at work, you know. Just wanted to give a quick call in, man. You know how I do, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Kurt Sugar, what's good, baby?
Kurt
in the building. What's happening?
Kurt fell off, man. We got it's just me and money. Kurt having issues on his end.
Okay, money, what's good, money?
Hey, what's happening, bro? How's everything for you, man?
Hey, nothing, man. Listen, just doing my little, my drive-by, man, here at the job site, man. Hey, listen, Blue.
Yeah.
Great boxing, man. Listen, $75 well spent, man.
Yep.
Oh, no doubt about it.
No doubt. Man, like, I was like, from the beginning to the end, man, like, it did disappoint. And $75 was well worth spent, man. And salute to them brothers all for getting in that ring, man, and giving us, our money's worth, man, this weekend. I salute to them, all those brothers, man. You heard?
Yep. For sure.
Yeah. Listen,
no doubt.
Quick, and on the flip side of things, right? Check it out. Oh, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The 25th, I heard you make that announcement. The 25th at the Barclay. That's my birthday, so we gotta link up.
Yeah, for sure.
We gotta link up. That's my birthday.
For sure.
I'll be 53, so we definitely gonna, between now and then we're gonna link up. We do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it together and we're gonna show up and show out LDBC style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the Polar Grounds of Brownsville.
Yes, sir.
All the way to North. You know what I mean? Like, I lived in North for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? That's when me and Kirk got a little bond. I lived out there in North for 2 years. It's crazy, bro, because my mom sent me to North. I was getting in trouble in school in the mid-'80s.
Right.
She sent me to North. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing, like, my cousin and them was down on High Street in the projects. I used to be out there, in the summertime or whatever.
Right.
Up there in the weekday section. So, like, I'm like, really? You sending me from Brooklyn to North? Is like, really? So I wound up getting trouble in North, so I wound up going back to Brownsville. So, you know what I mean? So it was like, she's like,
it's the lesser two evils.
Yeah, it's for real. So I wound up graduating and everything. So everything was love, man.
Yeah.
But listen, my thing is this, Lou. What do you think? Let's keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
I know all the Bud fans. I hear y'all talking junk and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I'll analyze the fight. I watched it 3 times. Me personally, being that Bud is not a national 147, him moving up to 147, being that them guys been in the ring, they pretty much their careers at 147. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Bud could withstand that onslaught from either one of them dudes that particular night. Just being that he moving up to 147. Them dudes been there. I don't think he would have stood in that ring with either Porter or Spence that night, bro. I think either one of them would have got Bud out of here that night. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. Because I really watched them dudes like, those are true 147 pounders. And them dudes bought it and they gave us a show, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking like, I watched Bud, like I really watched those fights. I seen Bud get hurt his last fight to the body. I think it was the 10th round, but I forgot to do the fight. But dude hurt him in the 10th round his last fight. So I'm like, that onside of the body work that Porter was giving to Spence and vice versa, Spence back to Porter. I don't really think Bud could have withstand that particular night. Not saying, we know hopefully we can see the fight, but I don't think he would have withstood any of that punishment either one of them dudes just out that night. That's just my opinion. I'm doing my drive-by, and that's it. You know what I'm saying, Blue?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, champ.
Hey, man. Hey, one love, man. Hey, I'll let somebody else get in there, man. Shout out to the LDBC, Blue. One love. We're going to get together. Like I said, my birthday is the 25th of January. We definitely got to hook up, brother.
Oh, for sure.
Love y'all. Tell Turner what's up, man, and I'm out of here, man.
For sure.
And I'm out.
All right, baby. Right? Yep.
Peace.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Kurt? On money?
Yeah, everything that that Todd King was talking about, man. I mean, just seeing the I want to go back. Okay, I'm going to tie 2 things in together. You know, they talk about the strength and conditioning thing, and some people feel like, well, if you don't have that, then you're going to fall short somewhere. And I'm like, okay, then how did those guys back in the 40s and 50s go the number of rounds they actually did, throwing some solid blows? You know, they didn't have strength and conditioning. They didn't have the kind of strength and conditioning today that they had back in the 70s and 80s of the 90s. On a sudden note,
Right.
and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that stuff, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. But it has to be relative. The tires has nothing to do. I can tell you that personally, you know, but there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong at all. So,
Right.
just you know, boxing at its best that we saw, you know, this past weekend. And I think everyone is still coming off of that high, but not only with the main event, but with the co-main and everything on down. I mean, when you have cards like that, it's like a high that it's like, I want to see that again. Okay, it may not be the same players on there. I want to see something like that again. And that's what we need to see a lot more of. And that's the reason why the conversation is so strong. That's just my opinion. I think that's the reason why it's so strong right now. Because that was an awesome fight that we saw. I had a flashback of, you know, Arguello and Pryor when I saw that fight start off. Right. That isn't an everyday type of fight. That's why it's a classic. This is fight of the year. In my personal opinion, and what we saw, it's fight of the year. Hats off to both guys. Hey, congratulations to Errol. But I tell you what, man, congratulations to Porter for putting on an amazing performance.
Right. Yep. What? Go ahead, brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Roy Babineau from Lake Charles. What's going on? Louisiana.
My brother Roy Babineau in the building. What's good with you?
Hey man, it was a great fight, but Porter did his thing. Spence did his thing, but boxing actually won that night.
Yeah,
because that's the first time in a long time that we actually
Great
had
point.
people.
Great point.
Then there was skills. You know, they had the will to win. They both were champions. Porter was a two-time champion. You know, everybody keeps forgetting about that. You know, it was just that it was a great night, man. I was on pins and needles the whole night. You know, I enjoyed sitting there at my house watching it, and like, man, these guys are going at it. It wasn't a lull in the fight. Like normally you have, you know, you go through some round that it was for 12 rounds. We had two superior athletes going at it, and I think that's all we need in boxing to get fans back. A lot of the football fans and basketball fans, to get them back watching boxing again, because you know you go through years without people fighting each other. You know, the top athletes fight each other. You know, people were just tired of like, well, I'm not gonna see the best fight the best, so they just left the sport of boxing. At least in football, we know the Super Bowl champion they're gonna play each other. The basketball, the NBA champ, they all got to go through each other. There's nobody ducking nobody for years. So boxing need to take this fight right here and be like, man, we need more of this. We need more of the reporters and the Spence of the world fighting each other, and eventually Bud and Spence, even Family and Spence. You know, Family and Bud, I mean, just fight each other. So what if you lose? It's boxing.
Right.
You gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? This zero stuff. That all my favorite fighters that I love, all of them have lost. Maybe last one of them. You know, some of them have multiple losses. You know, it's not like, well, Ali have picked up losses. You know, that don't mean that he's not great. That just means that he fought better competition. And
right.
Then, you know, he lost some.
Right. And the thing is, that's why I tell people, you know, that's the Floyd Mayweather effect, man.
Yeah, it's maddening, man. It's maddening.
Yeah. And we're gonna get to the next.
Floyd's not up there for me. You know, everybody say the best. No, he's not up there for me because He's up there, but he's not like none of my. I would put him in not in the top 2, maybe the top 5, top 10 maybe, but they just have other fighters that just fought everybody.
Right.
That's what makes great. It's not because you didn't lose. It's who did you fought that beat you.
Right. And that's
Ali fought literally everybody. Ali literally fought everybody in the heavyweight division. It's not nobody you can't say from his, almost his first fight to his last fight. You know, he fought twice.
Yep. You know what happened?
Forget about that. Listen, was the big dog.
You know what happens is, it's like I said, it's the Floyd Mayweather effect, man. You know, Floyd Mayweather, people don't understand the chip that he had on his shoulder and why that mantra came to life in the manner it did. He got ducked by a lot of guys like Joel Casamayor, the Prince, you know, the Barreras of the world, you know, the just what's his name? What's the guy name? He lost to Diego Corrales. Isolina Freitas.
Freitas. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Freitas. Freitas was. Remember him? Yeah. These are all guys that duck Floyd Mayweather, and those are all guys he don't have on his resume. And so when he was in position, you know, of power, he said, "I'll never lose." You know, he created a mantra, and once he got into power, you know, that was all she wrote. And he did that, you know, off the strength of him being blackballed because he had all the skill set, and he didn't have the popularity. You know, so people don't realize that. Yeah, he had a cocky mentality. All of them do. You know, but Floyd Mayweather. Go ahead.
One more thing. This narrative that Spence got exposed up. I know this is new just for me and you kind of close to the same age. And this exposed stuff, and I'm not used to seeing that stuff because we all know if you in with another superior athlete, all your flaws gonna come out, all your weaknesses and everything, because that's what they are trained with. They were trained to fix your weaknesses. Just like if Bud fights somebody with a superior, they're gonna find his weaknesses. You know, eventually they're gonna find it because that's just what they're training to fight you, what you are not good at.
Right.
You know, and there's no such thing as exposing somebody if you're in a tough fight. You know, I'm not used to this new generation of thinking. You know, I'm thinking, man, it's a great fight.
Yeah, I just laugh at it. I just laugh. It's much like that talk when they talk about, you know, weight bullying. I'm like, oh, come on, yeah, please. No.
You know, we need to cut that exposing and all this stuff out. You know, we don't know what people are gonna do once they get in the ring. Because you know, Errol Spence is the top dog now. But you know, he's gonna have to be ready for everybody to get everybody a game.
Well,
you know, so, everybody wants him. You know, they want him for one thing because he's the top dog. They gonna make some money with him. Yeah. And they know if they don't come in shape, if they don't come ready to fight, they might get knocked out. They might get beat up for 12 rounds. It could be anything. Yeah. You know, so they're gonna be ready to fight. Yeah. You know?
But Roy, we gotta get to the next caller, right?
Take it easy, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, take it easy now. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yeah, money, man. That all of that exposed stuff. You know, see, this is what happens when this is why I always say this, money. I always say, stop with the trying to degrade the opposition, because that's what happens. They're so busy trying to discredit Shawn Porter and everything Shawn Porter does that they're missing.
Right.
So now when Errol Spence fights Shawn Porter, and Shawn Porter has success, instead of them understanding and crediting that Shawn Porter was better than advertised, they say Errol Spence was exposed. No, he wasn't exposed. He fought a top-notch opposition. But you're so busy listening to people discredit Shawn Porter that you think that Errol was supposed to go in there and just mow him down. He was the 18-wheeler, tractor trailer, a Mack truck, and Shawn Porter was this Volkswagen buggy. No, that's not what happened. And then when you realize that Shawn Porter was a dump truck, not a Volkswagen buggy, now you're surprised. No, you should have been able to see him coming from afar.
Like, I cannot
This
believe
is
what I am
the issue that too
seeing.
many people
Right.
have. Right. Oh my goodness, where's this coming from? You know where it's coming from? It's coming from the fact that you listen to people tell you, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this gun-toting Democrat. I'm calling from New Jersey via Columbus, Georgia.
Salute. What's good with you, bro?
Columbus, Georgia. Oh, snap.
200 people in the room. We only got 69 likes. You got to smash that like button.
Yeah, see, I can't see the likes and the dislikes, man. Smash the like button, my peoples. Unbelievable, man.
You know, there's almost 200 in the room, and we only got 69. That ain't right.
Come on, man. We got 200 people in the room. Let's get them likes up to 200, my peopleizations. Come on, man. I can't think. I appreciate you, bro, because I can't see the likes. The way this stream y'all is this new stream, y'all. I can't see the likes. That's why I was telling y'all I can't give out wrenches. I can't see the likes. You know, so come on, man. Smash the like button.
I'm seeing 150 likes so far on my page.
I also want to give a shout out. The money sounded like Billy D. Williams, Coach 45.
Look at it. What's happening, man? What's going on?
Yeah, Money do got that smooth after 12 radio voice, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, he do.
Just wanted to make a statement.
Yeah.
I was dog season. I was going for Bud. You understand? It didn't work out the right way. I will say that scorecard was spaced out a little too much for me. Personally, I feel like we don't have to down other fighters in order to raise the fighter that we like up, because a lot of the argument is frivolous that I'm seeing in the chat. People trying to make excuses for why this should be this and why this should be that. I feel like we should all be proud that was a great fight.
Right.
Yes, I agree.
You didn't know what was going on. Bud surprised a lot of you. They're not going to admit it.
Right.
But he surprised a lot of people. That footwork, like it was looking like it was going to be an upset for a second. I was like, I'm about to make some money.
Right.
You know, it didn't work out that way. But what I will say is, for the sport of boxing, this was a great match. I felt like there should have been a rematch. They could have cashed out twice. People would have paid 3/3 of 100 to watch that again.
Mm-hmm.
I would have paid 3/3 of 100 to watch that again. But he asked for the rematch at the press conference. Dude smoothed and on him. I was like, oh, that was a sucker move. Like, you know, you should at least say, you know what? Yeah, get a couple more fights and then I give you another crack at it. I don't think he want no more Bud. They could sit here and say all they want about Errol. Errol don't want no more Bud. I think he underestimated him. I think that his footwork surprised him. I think that he thought he would class him to the point where it would be such a separation that you would never mention these two in the same class again. But that didn't happen. If anything, I think Bud added to his credit. I think that the next fight, people will tune in. I think he game plan, in my opinion.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I think just like I think just like what you say, you know, people didn't see. That's what I was getting at. People were so busy and blinded by the fact that they wanted to just think and believe in their brain.
Right.
Right.
And it didn't happen that way.
It didn't happen that way. And you see, last week when I was telling everybody it wasn't going to happen that way, and then you got people getting mad at me, right? Oh, I just right. Errol don't. I'm not an Errol Spence. I don't like Errol Spence, and I don't give him credit. That's the furthest thing from the truth.
Exactly. You just give it to them straight. A lot of people don't like what your summarization be because they don't add up to what they thought. But then again, it's an opinion-based sport.
Right.
And then the last thing I want to say before I get about the way, in my experience watching boxing, those with the green strap, they scrap it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not taking nothing away from all the other belts, but it seems like those who hold that green strap, they got a little extra. They got a little dog in them. If people sit here and tell you that they thought that Bud was going to get up off the ground and go ham, they lying to you. They thought that was the end of him. Who thought he was going to get up like a wild dog with rabies and try to bite his head off? Who thought that?
Right. See, they didn't see that coming, bro.
No. I didn't. I mean, even I didn't see it coming. I didn't. When I saw it down, I said, "Oh." You know. Yeah.
And you got to think about this, Money, right? You think about this, right? When he got hit with that punch, See, and I said this earlier on the other channel. When he got hit with that punch that dropped him, right? He didn't even fully drop. But
the glove.
Right, his glove touched the ground. But
Right,
then
right.
but it went back. It was a testament to what I've been saying, right? Sometimes Errol, he freezes, right? So when he caught him with the punch, he should have followed up with the right.
Yeah, but it was 3 celebration. He thought it was over.
Right.
And that's gonna be the detriment to him too.
Right. So he caught him with the left hook. Boom, right? The right was there all night.
You should have ate him. And that's how he would have put him and he wouldn't have got up.
Right. But he froze, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's it goes back to a testament of we saw 2 great warriors. And
Exactly.
you guys remember I've been saying this. I said that this is our golden era. And remember, Money, people been mad at me since I've been saying this, that this was our golden era, because we got Porter, we got Spence, we got Crawford, we got Danny Garcia, we got Keith Thurman, and Manny Pacquiao is still looming, and he's still circling the wagon, right? And so I said this is our era of Ray Leonard, Hagler, Hearn, and Durant, and everybody got, how could you say that? And the first name they put out there, Porter ain't up there, and I say right, and I say to people, well, when has he been dominated? In both of his losses,
you cannot. They can never answer that question straight on, because they know in the deepest sections in their mind that Porter has never been dominated. They know this.
Right.
They may not like Porter for whatever reason, but you have to confess with your own mouth and simply say Porter has always been right there, man.
Right.
No one has ever had this guy completely out. Never.
And
He's been step for step with guys. You may have had a half a step on him, just a half, and that's it. No one's blown Porter away. No one.
They get mad because they don't like his style. So
right.
People fear what they don't understand. So instead, they just say, Shawn Porter ain't good. Why? Because nobody can figure him out. Because he brought to a different element to the sport of boxing. He's created how many Shawn
unorthodox.
Right, he's unorthodox, right? So he's a more athletic version of Marcos Maidana. Nobody was complaining about Maidana.
And I respected your argument earlier when you was making that athletic argument and people were saying this and that. And I was like, Blue was telling you the truth. If you 6'7" and you can't dunk, you're not athletic. That is the reality of the situation.
Right. Right. And people get mad at it because the people don't like the truth. That's why we have the rules we have today in society, because people don't like the truth. You can't say this, you can't say that, because it's the truth. Right. And so people don't like the truth. Right. If you see a person that's overweight walking down the street and you say, listen, you're overweight, you could go to jail for that. Right. You could get a fine. You get all these things. Right. But is the person overweight or not?
Yes, they are.
You call it fat shaming.
Right, exactly. So they come up with all of these different
terms.
Terminology.
Right, because truth, people don't like the truth. They like fiction. This is why we like movies, because the movies tell us that we could do stuff that we can't. It allows us to live outside of reality, right? Exactly. And so the reality is, everybody wants to say that Errol Spence has been built up to be the monster, the boogeyman. And nobody believed me when I said that, Shawn Porter, I've been saying, Money, how long I've been saying this? I've been in the cage. Shawn, I told you guys, before the Danny Garcia fight, right?
Yeah.
Shawn Porter, when I went there,
you said, look, you even said when Errol had came in and had confronted Shawn in the ring, you were saying back then, like, hey, man, Shawn is ready for this thing. We knew there was some issues in reference to, things going on from a political level in the background. Some people were saying, oh, no, they're running. But I said, Shawn doesn't run. Right. Shawn is going to be right there on top of you the whole time. He's not afraid of anyone. He's not. You've been saying that for a long time.
Yep. And you know what happens is, and bro, we're going to have to get to the next caller, but you know what happens is this, right? Is I was there when he was preparing for Danny Garcia, and he looked me in my eyes. It was just me and him. He was sitting on the floor and near his sauna at the gym. And and I looked at him, I said, so Shawn, you know, what do you think about the Errol Spence fight? And he looked at me with this look, and he said, I can't wait for that fight. That was before the Danny Garcia fight. He said, I can't wait for that fight. I want that fight so bad. But you listen to people, you listen, as men, you know when a man want to fight another man and when he don't.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they box don't mean that they're not men. You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask you one thing before you hang up.
Go ahead.
In my opinion, when it comes to Mayweather and Pacquiao, this is just me. I think that Mayweather should have took that loss. Why? Because that's what the public's been waiting for 50 joints. Take that loss, and then you squeeze a third fight out, and then y'all, 42, 43? Y'all get a third payday.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should have took that second that rematch. I think he should have lost on purpose and then squeezed a third trilogy out of it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, you know, we're gonna have to get to the next caller too, my guy.
No, I get it. You can answer that when I hang up.
Yeah. So, say it again one more time, because I want Money to cook on that too.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Mayweather should have took that second fight for Pacquiao, lost on purpose, because that's what the world wants to see. That's what they've been waiting on since he started. Give the public what they want. That way you can squeeze a trilogy out of it, and both of y'all get 2 extra checks that you weren't supposed to get. Just my opinion.
All right,
Nothing's perfect in this world. Nothing's perfect. Why are we sitting there acting like we perfect? Take the L.
Mm-hmm. All right, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll let Billy G answer that. I'm out.
All right. Peace.
Okay. Take it easy.
No doubt. My thoughts on that is that, you know, the third fight wouldn't have been as big because Floyd Mayweather stock would have dropped, because people would have said, see, we got what we wanted. And then you're happy, you're satisfied.
Right.
The reason that Floyd Mayweather continues to sell is because people want to see him lose. Once you see him lose, you already got it. That's it. Right? It's just like
that's what I was thinking the same. And his image is being undefeated. That is his image. That's his mantra. Undefeated. I mean, I see where, you know, he's coming from, but no, you really, you said it best. Your stock is going to drop, man. And those pay-per-view numbers are not going to be the same. They're not. And especially at the age that you're looking at both of those guys, no.
Right. So if Floyd Mayweather would have allowed himself to lose the fight, the stock would have dropped. The money in the trilogy wouldn't have been the same because people already saw it. So even if he won the trilogy fight, it would have meant nothing because there was already a black eye on his resume. Right. And that's what people wanted to see.
And Blue, I'll say this one other part too. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you go to the 4 fights between Marquez and Manny, they kept fighting, but in that 4th fight, when Manny Pacquiao got knocked out, what happened afterwards?
Right, it was over. We didn't want to see it no more. We didn't want to see the 3rd one, let alone the 4th one.
Right.
But the thing about it was, Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao so cleanly the first time.
Yeah,
if he would have done so the second time, it would have had to be a very, very close fight. Let me tell you what it would garner a trilogy in that. If they fought the second time, and the second time was a very close fight, and Floyd Mayweather won, then they would have been calling for a trilogy.
I agree.
Because now people would have said,
he almost got him.
Right. He almost got him. He'll get him the 3rd time. He almost got him. He got now he got the game plan. He'll follow through the 3rd time. But if Manny Pacquiao would have won the 2nd time, people wouldn't want to see it the 3rd time, because I'll give you 2 reasons why. For one, it's a chance Floyd Mayweather going to win, and they want Manny to walk away with the victory and not give Floyd Mayweather the opportunity to redeem himself. And then 2, even if Floyd Mayweather win the 3rd time, it's already there. So, it wouldn't have made no sense. But Money, let's get to another caller.
Okay.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good
Blue, what's going on, man? It's LV live from Harlem, man. What's shaking?
My brother Harlem in the building. What's good? I'm from 155 and 8th, man. What's shaking? Where you from?
So what's going on, man? Yo, I love your show, man. I watch you basically every day, man. You do your thing out there, man. Keep it going.
Appreciate you, King.
Yeah, so I just wanted to call, man. Of course, I saw the fight this weekend. I think, it's my opinion, man. I think what a lot of people got to understand and realize is that these are two A-level fighters.
Right.
This is what they should have expected to see. Like, to me, their stock didn't go down. Nobody's stock went down. Their stock went up. This is what happens when the best get in the ring. This is what happens when you have Ali Frazier, Sugar Ray and Hearns and Hagler. This is what happens. This is what it's supposed to be. If anybody thinks that, listen, I'm a huge EJ fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew he wasn't going to smoke this dude just because of the fact that, number one, everybody's saying that that's what's going to happen. So automatically, as an athlete, because I'm an athlete, I play ball, play football just like you. As an athlete, you say, okay, that's what y'all think. I watch this. So you're going to go even harder because you want to prove, listen, I'm just as good as this cat.
Right.
I hear what everybody else is saying, but I know I'm just as good. So you're even more motivated to prove and show your skill set. So I knew it was going to be a neck and neck fight. And when I heard EJ say he was going to go toe-to-toe and go for the knockout, I said, that's a bad move. That's a bad move to say that because then he's going to say, all right, you think you're going to knock me out? Well, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I knew that this is what it was going to be. So even with the whole Crawford fans saying stuff about, I saw the test over Crawford said, oh, it's easy food. If he think that, then he's crazy. Because there ain't no way he going to get in there and think that this guy's easy. They're all A-level dudes. Even Kell Brook, these guys are A-level guys. You're not going to go in there and walk through and just knock these guys out. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely difficult. They didn't get to this level for nothing. And I think that the misconception with people is that when you see these guys and all these guys build up their resumes, you think that, okay, when they get in there, it's going to be the same thing as Chris Algieri or all these other cats. There's a reason why Chris Algieri ain't where Shawn Porter is.
Right, exactly.
There's a reason why all them other cats ain't where Keith Thurman and them guys are. There's a reason why even the amateurs, these guys were the elite of the elite. There's a reason why. So, of course, when they become pro, this is what they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn Porter's not a walk in the park for nobody. People keep on saying, I've even seen people saying about how Terrence Crawford would do it. There's no way Terrence Crawford stops Shawn Porter. Ain't no way. If not, Shawn Porter would give him problems to the point where he might stop Bud because, as we know, I love Bud. I think he's a great fighter, but his defense is real shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Super shaky. He throws those looping punches. He leaves his chin open. See, he can do that against some other cats, but dudes that can crack and dudes who are seasoned in this game are going to use that and put Bud on his behind. But also, too, I can see Bud getting back up in the fight, coming through because he's got the heart of a lion. But at the same time, too, with Bud, I think this, too, like, because he has the heart of a lion, because he likes to fight, because he likes to go, that can be the downfall when you're playing against them A-level dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because now you're exposing yourself to bad habits that you picked up against some B-level cats.
Yep.
So now when you get in an A-level fight, you thinking you can get away with that, and then once it ain't there, then now you gotta go and see a bag of tricks. And so to me, all in all, this division is stacked and loaded. And now EJ, to me, he gonna have to go back to the drawing board because he gonna have to say to himself, you know what? I kind of got through with a victory here, but I gotta go back to the drawing board because I realize that now I can't be playing with these dudes. I can't be playing with Danny Garcia. I can't be playing with Pacquiao. I just can't. Even though he says that mentally, sometimes he might have kind of taken a couple of steps back in regards to training or whatever he was doing because, it showed it. But at the same time, is it really him or is he just Porter that nice? Like, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give credit. You got to give Porter the credit. And I think a lot of times people are so much, with the fandom. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they just see their guy and they just say their guy's gonna do this, their guy's gonna do that. But they just gotta respect these guys and respect all these A-level dudes, man. But listen, I just want to shoot that out there. Let me get up out of here. I gotta roll. But yo, man, keep on doing what you're doing, my man. You're doing an amazing job, brother.
I appreciate you.
Extremely job. And just keep it going. All right, boss?
I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you.
All right, my man. Peace.
Yes, sir. So, peace. Yeah, I'm gonna say something that a lot of people gonna feel is controversy, right? And you let me know what you think, Money.
Okay.
I think that Shawn Porter would be a much tougher fight for Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence is going to be. And the reason I say that is because it's very hard to adapt to what Shawn Porter brings to the table, right? He makes you work every second of every round, and he'll be in Bud's chest and make it in a dogfight. And like the last caller just said, Bud has lapses on defense, right? But Errol Spence, you could get into a boxing match with him, right? You could make it a boxing match, and that's where Terrence Crawford would have, his best shot to beat Errol Spence is to be able to box him, But Shawn Porter, you never know what's going to happen. He's pushing you. He's in the inside. He's in your chest. Then he's bouncing outside. He's boxing you. And then before you know it, he's back in your chest. It's like,
you're
man,
rolling
this
the
dude
dice with this guy.
is a tough.
You're rolling the dice.
Yeah,
you don't know. He's random, man. He's random. You just, when he spun off of the ropes and then turned around and had Errol on the ropes. I mean, man, I was like, oh snap! I hadn't seen that in a long, long time, man. It's like, where did that come from?
Right.
Yeah, that's some old school stuff right there.
Right. At times, he spun Errol Spence and turned him around, and it's like Errol couldn't find him.
He couldn't find him, man. He was just. But you know something? Errol had an excellent training camp. He had a very good training camp. They don't fall off. Those guys out there in Texas train hard, okay?
Right.
Forget all of that. Put that to the side and just give Shawn Porter his props for the level of determination that he had shown that night. It was something that Larry Merchant had said a long time ago. It was one of Mike Tyson's fights before he actually had his first loss. And he said, when someone fights for the heavyweight championship, it just something that motivates them to galvanize all of their forces, not just for the heavyweight championship, but it's just to be a champion.
Right.
And Shawn had shown that, because Shawn not only talked the talk, but he walked the walk. I've never seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen Shawn Porter this motivated before. I've never seen him that fired up before. I mean, I've seen him fight not like this, man. And I said, if that translates into the ring, I said, man, Errol's gonna have his hands full.
Yep.
Sure enough. There you go.
Let's get to this caller, money.
Okay.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Shawn. I'm calling from Chicago.
Chicago in the building again, huh? What's up, Shawn?
Yeah.
What's shaking?
Man, let me take you off. I just got one thing to say, and it's just for all the boxing fans, young, new, old. It's 17 different divisions in boxing. It's only 7 unified champions. This was no easy defeat. This was no easy win. You can't take nothing away from either guys. I think both of their stock wise, but again, 7 out of 17 divisions. I just sit back and just let you add to that.
It's a tough feat. You still there? I think he just hung up. He just wanted to say that. It's a tough task, man. That's why we say, there's nothing easy on this level. So stop saying, when I told you guys that, and hold on, let me address somebody in the chat. Nova Kane said you ain't no Spence fan. I don't know if you're referring to me or you're referring to somebody in the chat, but let me know if you're referring to me, then I'll respond to you. If you're talking to somebody in the chat, I'll continue on. But with that said, let's answer this call and then I'm gonna mute him so we can finish this, money.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from? I guess not. Nova, you said I'm talking to you. So you're not on, not you. Okay.
No, okay.
I don't know what happened with that caller. But the thing is this, right? It's very tough to do what these dudes do when they step through these ropes, man. It's very difficult. And we need to tip our hats to them. We need to tip our hats to these guys, man.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And Shawn Porter mastered what he does, regardless of if you like his style, you like what he does or not. He mastered what he does. You may not agree with his approach to the sport. You may not agree with his style. That's all right. But listen, he mastered his style, and he's successful at what he does. Listen, remember those kung fu movies, buddy? You had so many different styles. You had the drunken monkey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All these different styles. The drunken monkey didn't look like it was going. It looked silly, right? It looked like you should just be able to punch him and knock him out. But he mastered his style, and he was successful with it.
That's right.
And that's what needs to be. It's a different style, man. It's a tough style. This dude beat fighters in the amateurs. Alexander Usyk is a heavyweight. And I understand that was the amateurs, but he beat Usyk he beat Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? His size didn't change. He might have had more weight on, but his physical appearance didn't change much. And he beat these dudes. You mean Alexander Usyk should have been able to jab Shawn Porter to a victory in the amateurs easily. But he wasn't able to do it. And it's a reason why. So, let's get to another caller, Money.
Mm-hmm.
What's your name? Where you calling from? You there? Hello? 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 No? I don't know if it's let's try this. Hello? Hello? I don't know what's going on. I'm not able to get the
Oh, well, moving on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hello? Yeah, hold on 1 second. I think I'm having a connection issue over here on my end. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I think it's on my end, Money.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, you there, brother? Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me okay? Yes, I'm having a connection issue. Go ahead. Can the people hear you?
I don't know if they can hear me.
You can hear them, Money?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think we back up now.
Them streaming.
Yeah, it's no the callers. I was having an issue with the callers.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. We can hear you. Go upstairs. Yeah, I can hear you now, good brother.
Okay, hey, salute to you, man. Peace and love, bro. This is Howard Ellis from Virginia.
Salute to Howard Ellis in Virginia, man. DMV.
Hey, bro. Yeah, the VA is here, man. Hey, 757. I love what you do, man. I listen to you daily, and I just want to ask you a quick question in regards to Shawn Porter's future. I noticed Miss Wilder said during the post interview, he mentioned Terrence Crawford if he's willing to fight him. Now I know at one time he said that there was a fight that may not take place because Shawn and Terrence were friends. But looking at Errol turning around so soon, already having a possible fight with the date for Garcia. What do you think next for Shawn Porter? And what do you think the chance for him and Crawford actually meeting next? And I can take that off the air, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate you, champ.
Yeah.
I don't think that Terrence Crawford, Errol, Shawn Porter happens next. I think that Terrence Crawford is more focused on, trying to collect belts. If anything, if he fights a fighter from the PBC side, I think that he would be more inclined to, face a Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence, or what I'm saying. He wants the belt. Terrence Crawford and Shawn Porter are close friends. I know I heard Kenny, he mentioned that in the post fight. I'm gonna try to have Kenny on tomorrow. Kenny may be on the show tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get him on. If I can, we can ask him about that. But I don't see that fight happening next. It's a possibility. Shawn Porter's stock. He doesn't have a title right now, but his stock soared. If anything, it rose. So that would be a hell of a fight. But they're close friends, so I don't know if that would come to fruition. What you think, Money? I think let's answer this call, Money, and then we'll
For a
get
good
to
relationship. Yeah.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, this is Baltimore, South D-Town.
My brother.
What's up, dude? What's good with it?
What's shaking with you, bro? Do me a favor. Just hold on 1 second. Let me and my Money finish answering the last caller's question, and I'm gonna get right back to you, bro.
What's up?
All right. So just mute yourself for me, bro. So yeah, my thing, Shawn Porter's next move, I would like to see if Mikey Garcia is talking about campaigning he gonna still campaign at the welterweight division. Why not make Shawn Porter Mikey Garcia? Shawn Porter has a lot of options. Keith Thurman. Listen, you want to put yourself back in the title contention? Let's see Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter Part 2. They were supposed to fight already. There's a lot of options for Shawn Porter. I can tell you guys this. It's most likely you're going to see Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao. That's going to be next. And I know I saw a lot of people, and I'm going to make a video about this on the other channel, but I saw a lot of people saying Errol Spence is ducking Terrence Crawford. No, he's not. And I'll explain that on the other video. But right, no. But Shawn Porter, I said if Shawn Porter loses, then I could see, a lot of guys, perceiving him as a quote unquote gatekeeper. You know what I mean? Somebody to prove yourself against. But Shawn Porter debunked that. He tore that down because
he did.
He's not.
I think not meaning to interrupt. I think it would be very marketable between Porter and Mikey Garcia. I think that would be, man. I tell you what, that would be huge. Especially to have it out there in LA again.
Right.
That would be a huge fight.
Yeah.
That could go pay-per-view status. It really could because of the Mexican population that would actually support that fight. Now, there are the powers that be behind closed doors.
Yep. So
that fight happens. It would diminish Manny Pacquiao's options of, a Pacquiao Garcia fight.
Yep. I think Pacquiao wants the Mikey Garcia fight because, it's more on the level of, him and Marquez, They love to tell people that Manny Pacquiao is still a small welterweight. you know, he can make 140, even 135, you know, so on and so forth. And he is. Don't get me wrong, he is. But the thing is, you can't paint it at that weight, fight the guys at that weight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But let's get to the call of my brother, Mountain South D-Town. What's shaking with you, bro?
Man, say what's up, man. I just want to say, man, I appreciate, man, everything you be doing for the family, man. You be out there on the front line, man, boots on the ground, man, get us this good content, man, and just really helping us out, man. You know, the interviews, you be there at the fight, so I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you,
I want to say that and say what's up with money. Who you got on the pound of riches. Okay.
What's
now,
up?
I want to say this about Errol Spence. Errol Spence, his favorite ring walk song is Yellow Beezy. It's on me, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we know that, him saying that he didn't do no position and all that, no excuses. The song say it's on me, baby. So it was on him to do what he's supposed to do before the fight. So no excuses. Whatever happened, that was on him. So
I like that. I like how you put that, bro.
Right.
I like that.
He brought his best that night, and Shawn Porter's best just made Errol Spence best look less. Because of Shawn Porter's best.
He went there.
There's two best things to do. You got what you got. A great fight for the fans.
Yep.
So,
and let them know, Bon South, you are Errol Spence fans. Just so they know, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just, you know what I'm saying?
Born and raised down in Texas, Port Charles, South D-Town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you have it.
Project.
Yep.
Project. Okay, now here we go right here now. Now, I want to ask the camera question. I'm going to get off the phone. I'm going to ask y'all this question. If they want to fight again, knowing that they already did and strategies that they had in the first fight, when Porter was pivoting and everything, Errol Spence was throwing a lot of hooks, what would they have to do to go into the next fight to be victorious over the other South Porter and Errol Spence? I'm going to hang up. I'm going to listen.
Wait, you saying what do Shawn Porter have to do to be successful and what Spence have to do to still be successful?
In the rematch, knowing they don't fight each other and knowing what plans they had in the first fight, in the fight, the way it was the first time, it was so close. Now they know what they can go back and prepare for the second fight and to kind of be victorious over the other guy. I'm gonna hang up and let y'all cook on that.
Okay. Hey, Money, you go ahead. That's big right there. I love that question, man. Money, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start with that.
It will be round number 13 from the last fight. Can I just be honest with you? The same game, and it's going to force to do that. How many times have you seen someone saying, hey, I want to rematch Shawn Porter? How many times have we ever seen anyone that ever fought Shawn Porter say, I want a rematch with him? I haven't lived through a few used to find I want to rematch Shawn Porter. And I'm telling you right now, Shawn Porter, we're going to see round 13 of the same fight from just this past weekend because of Shawn Porter's style. He's going to be on top of you. He is, man, I'll tell you what, he's Joe Frazier and Rocky Graziano, all these other guys rolled all up into one. He's on top of you the whole time. It's not going to be an easy. You're going to see the same fight. May the best man win. That's it.
I agree. Money, I agree with you 1,000%. I think it'd be like, you remember the Morales Barrera fights, and
there you go.
It's just styles make fights, and Shawn Porter's style and Errol Spence style. It's just the rubber meets the road type of situation, man.
That's right. That's right.
It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if Errol Spence does strength and condition, and he may have slight more success, but Shawn Porter is going to bring his A game every single time. Every single time out is going to look a lot like the first time out. Right. It's going to look the same. Pacquiao Marquez, their styles just meshed. there was never a blowout until Marquez completely knocked out Manny Pacquiao. That's the only time there was a true conclusion to the fight. And outside the first fight, you know, he knocked Manny Pacquiao down. He knocked Marquez down 3 times in the first round. And you know, if there was a 3 knockdown rule, you know, that fight would have been stopped. But outside of that, it's going to look very, very similar. It's going to look very, very close. It's going to be, you know, just styles make fight.
Right. Look, that is Holyfield Bowl all over again. You're going to see the same fight over and over again. I don't care if they're 80 years of age. Based on their styles, you're going to see the same thing over and over again.
Right. You're going to see the same thing over and over and over again. I see people saying Novocaine is saying victory, moral victory, and so on and so forth. It has nothing to do with moral victory. It has nothing to do with moral victory. It's not
moral victory is not recorded on BoxRec.
Right.
End of discussion on that
one. Right.
It's not. It's
right.
Not.
It has nothing to do with a moral victory. It has everything to do with styles make fights. Right. And so if Shawn was able to stay on his feet and not get knocked down, it's a strong possibility that was a draw. Now, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Spence caught him on a button. He put him down, right?
That's
but
right.
The fact remain this: styles make fights
all day long.
Right. So there was people that thought Shawn Porter was winning the fight. People thought that it was a draw. Right. People thought that Spence won. Why? Because the fight was that close.
It was until that knockdown.
Right. I was on the elevator with the guy from CompuBox.
And
right.
Okay.
And he told me, money. He said that was the most difficult fight I've ever had to have, you know, to keep track of. That's what he told me. That's what he told me.
That speaks volumes.
He said that was the most difficult fight. Right.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm making it up, I was on the elevator with the guy from CompuBox. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. If my brother Keith was on, he could tell you. We were on the elevator with me, Keith, and the guy from CompuBox. And I said to him, so what did you think about the fight? And he said, that was one of the most difficult fights I've ever had to. First of all, he announced himself to us. I didn't know who he was. And actually Keith said, what's that in your what kind of box is that? Because he was carrying like a funny looking suitcase type of thing, right?
Oh,
and he said, and Keith asked him, "What's that, man?" And he said, "Oh, that's I work in the CompuBox." And so we like, "Oh, you?" I said, "Oh, man, you the CompuBox?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "So what did you think of the fight?" He said, "That was the most difficult fight I've ever done thus far." That's what he told me. So that just goes to show, you know, styles make fights, man. You guys, the fact remain is this. I told you guys that Errol Spence was going to win the fight. I thought Errol Spence was going to win the fight. And I called it exactly. I said it was going to be a split decision victory for Errol Spence. And there could be a knockdown for Errol Spence because Shawn Porter at times gets, he lacks discipline on the defensive end. He'll give you the opening. And Errol Spence could capitalize on it and possibly knock down Shawn Porter. And that might be the difference in the fight. Exactly what took place.
Yep.
Exactly what took place. So, but money, let's get up out of here, man. The General 7A Sports TV should be coming on.
Yeah, I saw his pop up just a moment ago.
Okay. The brother Kurt Anderson, he texted me that he's having a little bit of issues on his with his internet. So so it keeps pushing him off. But any last words you got for him, money?
No, hey, you know, great discussion. Can't wait to see what the future holds in reference to both Shawn and Errol. I can't wait to see. Al Heyman did an awesome job with this card, putting it together. That's about it, man. It was an awesome weekend. What more can you say?
Yep, I agree with you, man. The sport of boxing won this week.
Also, we're headed up tomorrow to Deontay Wilder's gym, get some work in, and probably. Yeah, probably Harrison, I know he has some guys head up in October. So we're looking to see if we can
money,
get
money,
money on.
Money, say it again because you broke up.
Tomorrow, later on in October, looking to be up at Tony Harrison's gym so my son can get some work in. And I talked to Rings being or Harrison, the rematch with Harrison and Charlo. Can you hear me?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. We got it. Appreciate you, Money.
You got it
tomorrow.
Great show.
Yes, tomorrow we're gonna try to have a special guest on. Money, you available tomorrow?
I should be. If not, I'll let you know. But I should be though. I should be.
Okay. All right, definitely, Money. So we're gonna get up out of here because 7-8 Sports TV, the General is coming on right now. So I'm gonna go tune into him. I appreciate my brother Money Power the Fourth, MP4 Vids, my brother Money Power the Third. If you don't know his son, man, Money Power the Fourth, man, rising star, up and coming prospect, man. Will be bouncing back, man. Hella skills, man. Can't wait to see him. You know, I'm excited about his career, man.
He's looking good.
But we had a
great
great night.
To get back there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I want to come down there and check him out, man. I'm definitely gonna come and check him out. But we had a great weekend of boxing, and not to listen. We got Triple G versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. That's gonna be a fight. It's coming up Saturday, man. A lot of people are not realizing, this fight is not, yeah, this is going to be a big fight, man. Sergey Derevyanchenko versus Gennady Triple G Golovkin this Saturday. I will be there. I will be there tomorrow. The workout is tomorrow, so I'll be at Gennady Golovkin workout tomorrow. I'll be bringing you guys that information, that footage. Yeah, and it's fight week for Triple G versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. A lot of people felt like Gennady Golovkin was avoiding Derevyanchenko. So this is going to be a hell of a fight, man. I can't wait. But yeah, I'm going to go over to 7-8 Sports TV right now, man. Salute to my peoples, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Salute to my brother Money. I appreciate you coming on, brother. I appreciate you too, Blue. Yes, sir. So I'll try to hit you up tomorrow. Hopefully you're free. Come back on, man.
Hey, show up.
I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, you got it.
Appreciate
Salute to the chat. Peace out.